Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Pirin Blagoevgrad here in Bulgaria in the Privy League in the top flight of Bulgarian domestic football, where we are here on match day 19. We are 10-4-4 coming off of a draw against Lokomotiv Plovdiv, who apparently had linked to us to their job, but we were like, nah, that we're okay. Now, I did express an interest in the job at Fulham. Do I think I'm ready to manage in the Premier League? No. Do I think I'm actually going to get the job? No. But like that would be I would have two jobs on this playthrough. Like it would be that it'd be unless I got fired, of course. It would be here in Fulham. Now, Craiova has never contacted me, right? I mean, I never expressed an interest or anything, but they apparently linked me to their job, but they also never contacted me. So we are here, all right, match day 19 against CSKA, will have a match in hand against us, and they're on 31 points. So if they beat us, they would be third, we would fall to fourth. Now, De Bruges at home, I'd like to think we could win that. We should win Blagoevgrad in the Coupe of Bulgaria to get to the quarterfinals, if not better. We did sign a new contract not that long ago, €650 weekly, which is almost a €200 increase, 550 per week after tax. 2 years, 207 days remaining. Our owner apparently is also thinking about potentially allowing a takeover. We have 1.4 million euros currently. The bank, being a home match, will go up a little bit. We usually get like 20,000 or so euros a week from gate revenue. Our team is still not healthy, and I guess this is one of the things that has been a difference from last year with Nene, Hutsi, Jean Martin, and Arsov, along with Nedelchev, is we are definitely deeper, right? Dodchev is still out 3 to 7 weeks, Kostov 2 to 5 weeks, and Petrov 7 days. So again, we don't have really a full team. We're missing 2 starters, although Nedelchev is making the case potentially to, challenge Kostov seriously for the starting goalkeeper. But we have Kazakov, Nene, Vasiliev, Bakalski, Jean Martin, Bastuda, Futsi, Ibrahim, Arsov, Ivanov, and Nedelchev. Now, CSKA is the only team of the top 3 we have beaten. We've lost twice to Ludogorets. Once we probably should have got a draw. We had an 0-goal at a 3-2 home defeat. And again, I think that was a match where we had like 6 or 7 of our starters were essentially out. Nobody expects us to do anything today. Hopefully we can prove it wrong. Fedor Lepukov is unfairly likely over if I could see a goal. Confident we can find a way through. Lou Pereira is one of the best dribblers in the Privy League. Do you ever play to stop him? We'll pay him close attention, given the way he's been played. Is Shedi Theodore Ivanov down a priority? Yes. But again, is this a team that I really think we're probably going to beat? No. Because again, we do struggle very much against, the better teams in the league. And again, part of that very probably, in my opinion, is because we never seem to be healthy when we play the best teams at the table. And also because, we're still young in some areas. And, I'm still just a Continental C licensure manager. We are closing it on 100 matches here in charge of Blagoevgrad. And so I kind of do want to see us get out to that 100 match mark. Look, if Philip offers me an interview, yes, I'm going to take it. If another big squad from somebody in Europe offers me an interview, yes, I would take it. But despite my frustrations about not finding ways to beat the better squads so far in Bulgaria through my second, but again, it's only our second year in the top flight, and we're down 1-0. Just horrific defending, and then Nedelchev just awful goalkeeping as well, but great attack by CSKA. But again, this is why I just how I think we really need to find a different tactic when we're playing the. Who was that too? I mean, Ivanov gets the ball back here for us at the 29th minute with a long run past the. I mean, Ivo Kazakov evens it up. I guess for some reason they decided Luka Ivanov wasn't going to do anything with the ball. I talk about my defense all the time, but I mean, I guess Sizika's defense, you could say, hey, with Nene, Vasilev, and Kazakov, you want your defenders to mark them, but letting him dribble that far, uncontested, maybe not the best idea by them. But, Vasilev's not giving me much, 6.4. Again, the legs are starting to go. That is really becoming the big problem here, is the legs are starting to go. 1-1, a draw I would take. A victory to draw against Sizika, to give us 2 results against the top 4. We've beaten Botev Plovdiv, and I think we beat Sizika 1948. So, we'd be 4-0-3 against the top 6. Oh, we also lost to Arda, so it'd be 4-0-4. 50%. That's not bad, but do I think we can see out a draw when we are just so, beat up and starting to get tired here? I don't know. I don't know. It's a very good performance. Keep it going. I would like to think so. Mikulski's been playing better. I'm very glad we re-signed him. At the end of last year, there was a serious debate in my mind, and I think I talked about it in an episode about whether or not we were going to re-sign him, but with Donchev missing most of the first 20 matches, great save by Nedelchev. How my defender never actually tries to get that ball is kind of beyond me. But an incredible save by our young keeper there. But again, Petrov's been playing out of position as the backup left back. Soderov has played as the backup left back. Just because we don't have anybody. Yeah, Vasilev is he's turned into a cracker of a performance. Mulashev is going to come in. Shotev has played an awful lot, but Mulashev needs a little bit more game time. Mikulski's not giving me much. But honestly, also let Bliznikov come in for Ibram. For our first 2 changes here at the hour mark. Again, Milashev played in 24 matches last year. I think this is like his 10th, maybe his 11th match. Hutsi and Mikulski are both exhausted, as is Kazakov. All right. That's an easy sub there. Bastunov. Wait, can he? Okay, actually, he can go there. Bastunov will go there. Bliznikov will come up there. No, wait. Bliznikov will stay there. Zakovic will go there. That's 4 subs. Okay, Backchev. We already introduced Bayaki. Now he's in a different position, but go to standard and standard for time wasting and tempo. Again, a draw I would take. It makes me nervous. It makes me very, very nervous, to be honest, at this point in time. We'll go to more time wasting here in the 81st minute, but maybe we could see it out. Maybe we could see it out. We'll go to lower time tempo. Come on, boys, see it out. Just see out the draw, get the points, stay in third place. Okay. Viaki tries to pass it ahead, and then they just can't get there. They would still have their match in hand against us, of course. Okay. Bakhchev, pass the... Thankfully, the highlight ends. Bakhchev just stood there with the ball and got it stolen from him. But we see out the draw. We see out the draw. We were the better side. 1.84 XG to their 0.80. We won possession, 14 shots, 8 on target, 6-2 for them, 8 fouls to their 6. Crosses, 50% to their 5. Passes, 88-88. Yellows, we had 1, they had none. We outran them by 7 kilometers, and we had a slightly better rating. I'll say it's a very satisfying result. Nobody gave us a chance. So it's a result against Fulham. Fulham fans laugh off the interest. I probably should never have even done it, but you've delivered some great results lately with your distinctive brand of Dracula ball, particularly with your out approach out of possessions. It's something you've dedicated a lot of time and attention to. We work hard to be a good team without the ball. It sounds like people are recognizing that. It's the first I've heard about it. We're not making any transfer moves. We have no money, right? And then 2, I guess actually that's just it. We have no money. Yeah, so again, we got, like I said, 25,000 ish. In terms of gate receipts, we had 42,089 people. Barreau, we had 37,000. Ludogorets, we had 4,000. So again, our attendances are getting better. I guess part of me wonders, why does he want to leave? Why does the owner want to leave? Is it because he knows I may not be here for much longer? I know that seems a little self-fulfilling, right, to say it's because of me as a manager, but we're pretty obviously having a really good run. De Brugge will be match day 100. It sure looks like we're going to get there. The Craiova job, I think I will express an interest in, simply because my character is Romanian. West Ham, Fulham, we interviewed at Poland, but we never expressed an interest in that job. And then maybe Cluj and a couple of jobs in Romania. Although, again, just very briefly, and then we'll end the episode here. Crystal Palace. Any of these jobs in the Premier League, I would be interested in. But, I think that's obvious. Sassuolo I'd be interested in. Cercle Bruges, I love, but, I had a long playthrough with them previously, so... I don't think I'll be going back there just yet. Um, Blagoevgrad, again, here in the extra classe, wouldn't be a job that I would hate. I mean, it's a very small stadium, but like the kits. And see, Motor Lublin is just out of the relegation zone now. Hull City. Have they hired somebody for that job? I guess that would be my question. Looks like they have. Looks like they have. Okay. Well, that's a little disappointing, but then again, that job had been posted for quite a while, so it kind of makes sense. This is in Portugal. I don't think I've ever managed there. Hamburg in Denmark. I mean, makes me a little bit sad. It doesn't seem like I'm gonna. This would be an interesting job, but is it Guion in Spain? Right, they're in the Liga 2. They're in last place right now. Founded in 1905. They haven't won anything for 50 years. Everything is, training wise is set up though. But again, I don't want to be somebody who's always, gets the reputation of always looking around. So with the owner maybe looking to leave, we'll have to see how that plays out. Just signed a new contract, but I mean the other thing is like 650 euros a week. I mean that's not. It's not like a crazy. That's not gonna be like a crazy buyout. So yeah, would be even on goals with CSKA if they win their next match. Potentially 4 points behind Ludogorets. Again, we should probably beat Dobruja, but then again, we should have beat Lokomotiv, so who knows? But it is at home. And then we'll go from there. But thank you, everybody. Take care, and I will, if nothing else, because I really don't think we're going to bring anybody in during the transfer window. We don't have any wage available. We're not going to be spending a lot of money. I think our next match will probably be presuming we beat Botev, it'll be in the semifinal or the quarterfinal match of the cup, or potentially Arda, or maybe we'll have a 2-part episode, right? But because we do have Botev, Plovdiv, and Arda, and they're kind of trying to keep pace and stay with it. Well, thank you, everybody. Take care, and I'll talk to y'all later.